live. It should be live.
Hello, we are live. And I'm just going to do a quick sound check. 1, 2.
Oh, I do like.
Okay, well, I assume he needs us to talk now. So.
With my good
How you
friends.
doing, Paul? You spooky boy.
Hey, that's kind of nice.
Hmm.
You're just gonna hold it.
It's like
there.
you're either being interrogated or God is coming to you.
Michael, you were a little bit quiet.
Hold
Why
on.
not both?
How I do fix? Like, oh wait, mine comes in separately to the Discord. Sorry, yeah, I can fix that.
Carl, do more talk.
More talky, less flashy.
More talking. I will do. I don't know how to do.
Have you ever flashed somebody, Carl?
Can I talk more?
So it isn't
I
interrogation.
have. Well, I have now.
We're good.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you fucking Michael Bay, get that shit out of you.
Right, I turned mine up a little bit, Angus, so hopefully that's fine.
Let me get match.
Let me check.
And then I said, look, if you're going to come onto my bus and start waving that thing around, it's going to get cut off. And then finally the police came and arrested me.
Why did they do that?
Come on to your what?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Thought I heard bus.
Ridiculous.
That didn't make any sense.
Bus.
So, welcome,
Oh.
watchers, viewers, to what is, I suppose, officially the first episode session of allegedly a D&D campaign.
Man, I'm speaking.
We've rebranded. I hope you like it, and I hope you keep coming back to watch. Last session, our brave party started their escape from the pyramid, discovering a hidden cache behind a secret door in the main temple room. Delilah grabbed a couple of items on the way out, setting off a couple of poison gas traps, but avoiding the effects by using Mage Hand to trigger them. However, on the way out, you did discover that you were being observed by the temple priest. You chased him down, but not before he was able to blow a horn of alarm, alerting the village to your presence. You decided, rather than just running, to try and take this priest down, discovering that he was, in fact, much harder to kill than you thought. You did eventually run as he stared Delilah down as you left. You ran downstairs and into the room you had entered the temple through many weeks ago now. You and the survivors squeezed through into the streets while Casimir leapt from the priest's window out onto the pyramid step. Taking fire from approaching guards, you fled back the way you had come into the jungle. And as you were making your way into the trees, you turned to see the priest stood on the edge of the pyramid watching you flee, calling a halt to the chase and watching you leave. His red robe blowing in the wind, revealing his scale-mount armor glistening green underneath. And that's where we pick back up, I think. You guys starting to run into the jungle.
Ow.
Do we want to start incredibly vulgar?
Well,
It's good if
so you-
whatever we brain autocorrect. It's the wind blowing and you see his scale.
Scale, my eye will just shift. So yeah, you're running into the jungle. You have three civilians, two civilians, one very, very injured soldier, who I think Detritus is currently fireman carrying through the jungle as you run. Do I remember that?
Yes, I was at
carrying
the end. I
Bungle,
was using him as back armor, I believe. Was what we agreed.
Rhymes, yes. Yes.
Basically.
And yeah, so what's your sort of directional plan? You plan to sort of head the same way through the jungle that you'd come back to the cliff face, or are you gonna
The safety of
try and
Boca.
find another route? Okay.
I don't know what the actual plan was.
Oh yeah, we do have to pick up Boyko, but
Oh, I don't know. You haven't told me what the plan is. You
Yeah,
You've run.
Which,
Now
which
what's going to
direction
happen?
has the fewest snake guys? / dragons, because that's the direction I'd like to go in. Just put
North,
it there.
northwest.
What way is the objectively
Well,
correct one?
really, the direction that you're heading has the least amount of snake guys. The snake guys are all behind you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
We keep going
For the moment,
till
at least.
And detritus is at the rear, so I'll just follow the crowd.
We'll get maybe at least a couple 100 feet into the line of the trees before we consider anything else, right?
Yeah, because they've stopped, but we don't know why or for how long. So
Yeah.
And to be fair, we are just assuming there's a big dragon, but it's probably a safe assumption to make. And if there is, then the tree line is going to be our best help here. Was Boyko left on the top of a cliff?
Yes.
It was tied to a tree.
Southwest, sorry.
surveying his domain.
Or west.
Would we be able to get to the top of that cliff?
It's a long way away. Not, I don't think. Not right now, yeah. Because that'll make our way there.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's where your end point is at the moment.
Possibly,
I mean,
yeah.
detritus has never seen Boyko or the cliff.
I
but
mean,
sounds
yeah, right now.
Is that sort of on the map? Is that where your marker point has been dropped?
Yeah, we're auto-pathing our way there.
Sure.
This is where I want to be. Everything else is just how do I get there?
I'm imagining no waypoint yet. It's just kind of run into the trees and
Gotcha.
then
Okay.
maybe find a place to stop for a minute if it gets quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go and hide until we're out of danger. And then thankfully I get all my spell slots back on a short rest, right, Angus?
You get some through our.
Cheeky though.
Okay, so you're running through the jungle, and you run and run and run, and there's no whipping of arrows coming after you. You don't hear shouts or the sound of stampeding snake men, sorry, coming after you. And after several minutes, you just come to a halt, panting and catching your breath, and just a perception check, someone.
Perception.
Oh my god.
Ooh, very nice, Carl. 20.
No.
Nice.
You listen hard, and you can hear voices very, very far in the distance. Not even that far in the distance, sort of through the trees back towards the village. There is commotion and activity there, but it doesn't seem to be on your heels at this very moment.
More like the noises you'd make if your village was on fire, kind of noises.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Is there anywhere for me to put down the dude I'm carrying, or am I stuck with him?
That very much depends on what sort of pace you want to try and make through the jungle, essentially.
How are we marching, Carl? So I assume that Casimir's kind of forging the way.
Yes, that's a very good question.
we're
What
all
is your
very-
marching order?
We're all very hurt and tired.
Oh.
There is no healing that anybody can do right now, no?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Spent everything I had trying to keep that dwarf alive.
That was...
Whatever his name was.
Remind me this day. Have we? When did it start? It started when we were on the cliff, and then we went to the thing, right? We've not had a short
Yeah.
rest yet. No.
No.
It's been pretty intense.
Okay.
It's been a long ass day, yeah.
Feels like it's been weeks.
What would you say the time is at the moment?
Say it was probably starting to get towards dusk.
Sun's past the halfway point, and late afternoon.
Yeah, and the sky is very, very slightly starting to change color.
Okay, do we want to try to rest here? A short rest to be specific? Or get up to Boyko?
How far do we estimate Boyko to be? How long did it take us to get to the village from Boyko?
It'll be a couple of hours
Yeah,
travel through the jungle. Yeah, I'd
doable
be
before
surprised if you. Yeah, I think you would probably at good pace be finishing your climb as it got dark.
Well, if we... I don't know if the snake men can see well in the dark, but at any cover might be helpful. If we rest, we could start the climb when it's dark.
We could.
Oh.
I guess it is a bit of misdirection if we run northwest, but end up going a bit more south. I'm just worried that we'll end up moving back northwest later, and they'll be already in front of us. Yeah, so we're like on this side now. Obviously not that far, but yeah.
There's a fucking massive moth flying into my window.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's be about
you get
that
attacked
big.
by a massive moth.
Fucking giant moth.
Okay. We can't
What are
head
you
too far
doing?
south, right? Because that's where the lizard people are.
That's right. There's the lizard folk territory was south.
Can we maybe see if we can find a hidden place that we can have a short rest in?
What about the cave?
And then if it doesn't feel safe enough, then we just continue and try and get to Boyko and have a long rest there. Does that sound?
The cave was above.
That was back where the camp, wasn't it?
Before the cliff. Yeah.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, but if there's
okay.
any place
Might be
nearby, we
similar.
could.
Yeah, I
Take a
guess
short
like
rest,
have a
yeah.
look if there is a place.
Is there a river nearby?
That will keep us very concealed for an hour.
There's a bunch of buildings
If
to the
not,
east.
we'll go.
Yeah, let's just go there. As we're discussing this, detritus is starting to like sway from side to side. Hot. Oh.
Because that way, like, we might arrive after dusk if we rest for an hour now.
Doesn't
But
care. Just straight
no, I'm
back
just
to looking at the
thinking.
map. Doesn't even glance up at the
Yeah, I mean-
detritus.
Fair dues.
but
It's gonna tell him to get.
Sarah comes over and does like a light little bit of frost magic up against Detritus's forehead to try to cool him down.
Ah. A pleased, content smile comes over his face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check on Brockville.
It's just on the back.
Is he still being carried?
And he's
Which end?
currently sort of turtle-backed over Detritus's shoulders, providing a very, very narrow piece of back armor down the center of Detritus's very wide back.
Detritus will probably thank Sarah as well. Thank you.
He is... Roll me a medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop.
No.
Only a 5. Yeah.
If you're trying to check him, should we put him down first? That might make it a bit
Oh yeah,
easier.
yeah. Probably for just a minute.
It doesn't smell good, and
Could be detritus.
In their defense, they were very recently held captive.
sort of, have a good look at it, and it does look, the wound does look a lot cleaner from when Sarah was going around and prestidigitating, cleaning everyone's injuries, but the wound itself is still sort of very visible. It's very dark and it smells, and you don't know much about medicine, but generally you get the idea that if it smells that bad, it's probably not good. Even with a 5, I would say that you probably gathered that much.
Do we want to try to treat his wounds?
Yes, he's not going to. We need to do something now before it's too late.
Okay. Are you trained in medicine by chance?
I'm not trained, no. I can only do some first aid as a soldier. I'm no medic.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly my course of study either. You can at least get it clean.
Not mine.
Okay.
It
If
is
we
as
can.
clean as it will get now.
Okay. Well, if we have any fresh bandages, that might help. Could at least replace them. Does any active bleeding? Maybe.
Brockville
I
sort of
think
turns to
it's more
Casimir.
infected,
Sort of
right?
just, Kaz, you know as well as I do, you have seen wounds such as this. I'm done.
If you were done, I wouldn't have come here.
Delilah
I
asks.
did not know I was done.
Oh, he knew.
Well, I wouldn't have found you if you were done.
Permission to do something, Captain? She doesn't know you're awake.
What is it?
Permission accepted. And she slaps fucking the bitch who keeps trying to give up every 5 minutes. She slaps Boyko, not Boyko.
Wait, what's Boyko?
Brockville.
Brockville.
With the very long hands. Like, whoop!
Brockville.
Brockville, yes. She fucking slaps Brockville and says, "Get your shit together and stop trying to give up."
Okay. I have we need to rest. We need to find somewhere now. Somewhere that's closed off from eyes. I say
Agreed.
let's start going western direction and try and find some place soon that's hidden. Just for an hour, just so we can.
Angus, I just realised I have the Wanderer trait.
Yes.
And I would have.
Nice.
I think in our
You had
story we said
what?
that
What? The Wanderer trait.
Wanderer trait, yeah. And I think we said previously that I basically wandered down from the mountains and tried to trade with the snake people and got caught. So is there a chance that I might remember around the area where there would be a cave or somewhere secluded, especially seeing as my temperature has just dropped somewhat?
What was it called?
Wanderer. It's part of the Outlander background. I shall link it.
Ah,
Rude and uncouth.
that's a good point.
This is pretty accurate.
Wanderer, you have an excellent memory from Max and Geoffrey. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. You can find food and fresh water.
The judge just wanders up, comes back with some berries. It just says nothing to anyone.
Just has a bunch of berries all of a sudden.
Okay, so this wouldn't have been where an area necessary that you would be specifically familiar with. It's not a direction you've travelled through before. You were caught sort of more east and north than you guys are travelling. But I would say that that would certainly give you advantage in a survival check to find something in the vicinity that might offer you some seclusion and security during a short rest.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's what I would like to try just to do. His forehead now nice and cool, and his back no longer burdened by Brockville. So would you like a survival? Did you say?
I would, please, with advantage.
Bloop. Ooh, good thing I had that advantage. 18.
Nice. 18.
Looking for somewhere that meets
That's
Carl's description of a suitable place.
Okay, so
Secluded.
Intimate.
you're making your way
Site.
through, and you come to a huge fallen tree. It's sodden and rotten. But as you sort of glance up in one direction and see sort of the broken branches in one direction, and you turn the other way, and you can see this just huge barked root structure that still stands. And you go over to it, and it is just the bark at this point. The tree is sort of ripped out from within it and has fallen, but this almost circular bark structure from the base of this tree would offer you some sort of. You could climb into it and be hidden from view for time.
As the Tritus sees it, he'll walk up to it and look confused at it and turn his head sideways. Yeah. Tree.
Well done. I'll give him a pat on the back. This is good. Let's settle down for an hour. Is anybody feeling good enough to keep watch for the hour?
I can keep watch.
Stay a bit more aware of everything.
I will be relaxing, but I can keep watch.
Oh, it's the meditation.
I guess if you're just don't have as many.
How long are you wanting to hang out here for?
I was hoping for a short rest, so we can get that first initial
So an
first
hour.
aid to everything. Yeah.
We could also talk about making short rests not quite so long.
Yeah, yeah, short rest.
You ever go on a hike or something and then stop moving for a whole hour because you're tired?
The cramp.
I mean, this is our first
You
rest
want
of
to
the
tend
day.
your wounds and regain hit points and do some arcane recovery and shit like that, then yeah, it's
I mean,
gotta
40
gotta be
minutes
an
passed
hour, I'm
before I even
afraid.
bandaged everything.
Yeah, you're all fucked up, to say the least.
Okay. Okay. So you all clamber into this this huge, and it's a good sort
Does
of
the
10,
Tritus fit?
15 feet across this thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a big tree. This is one of the ones that sort of goes up hundreds of feet in the air and creates the massive canopy of this jungle.
Did he try to just jam himself in the coolest, darkest corner?
Certainly can. Delilah, roll me a perception check.
Yeah, okay. Now, also for a bit of flavor, I don't know if I could do this, but it sounds correct with prestidigitation. I'm gonna change part of my hair just to like a mossy green, and then keep an eye out. That way, it looks like part of the tree, and then you just see this
Gotcha.
like one
Nice.
little eye looking out. Okay, perception, and I've got all the flavor stuff out of the way. Bam, mighty.
Nice. You're
-7.
put yourself in a little position where you've got a crack in the bark that you can see out of, and you're watching. Don't see or hear much for the hour as it passes pretty uneventfully.
Good.
You all get a short rest.
Everyone was so suspicious of you there at the end.
I know.
Waiting for the butt.
Alright.
We're always waiting for the
However,
especially Angus.
So that
That's
means hit dice. Can I use all 4?
Bit up.
yeah,
I'm gonna need
4?
all 4. I've got 4.
yes, because you're now level 4.
Did you forget to
But
level
you-
up, Carl?
Oh. No, because we haven't rested, right?
Yeah, but you can use up to your level 4 hit dice.
Oh.
So rather than having 3 hit dice, you can use 4. I'll allow that. So effectively, you've leveled up, but you haven't
Technically.
got all of the stuff until you sleep.
Right, so 6. Assume it doesn't do it for you.
Okay,
Hey,
then.
do maths. 31, 36, 42. Wow.
Alright, now I'm back to my.
Sarah managed to avoid getting hit, so she's good. I think. Oh no, she did get a hit, didn't she?
Maybe.
I know she went most of the
I know she
fight
shielded at one
staying way out of the way and had loads of temporary hit points. Carl, any chance of an inspiring speech at all this morning?
That's exactly what I wanted the short rest for.
What do I get
Okay.
back now?
I don't know. I thought she got hit in the arm by one of those Malizons. But,
If she got hit, it wasn't
Let's
enough
say
to
she
really
did.
worry about. Yeah, sure.
yeah, she's got a bit of a gash on her arm, and she's tending to that, doing stuff. She does some arcane recovery as well and pulls back up.
So I get Stone's Endurance back. That's good.
That's level spell slot.
1 sec. I'm
I
trying to figure
get-
out if my
Wait, what's
combat
saying is?
severity- Short
You
rest as
are-
well. Cool.
Yeah.
So I get all my stuff back. Nice.
What spell slot did you get back, Angus?
She got a first level back. I just popped it on there.
Okay. She can get 2 first levels back, assuming she's same level as us.
Alright, that short rest sorted me out. I will also I'll be sitting next to
Yeah.
Broville the whole time. just talking to him and
Do you
stuff.
wanna
And
do
towards the
one?
end, I'll sort of steer the
Second.
conversation into trying to instill some hope into him and everyone else around, and try and sort of say like, look, we've made it through this far. We've entered the temple. We got them out. All we need to do is just get out of the jungle now. That's all we need to do. That is not such a great task when you look at the grand scheme of things. We could do it. Just a little bit more fight in you all. And we can.
Yes, Sergeant.
And I will do my inspiring leader thing.
Nice.
You hear a meaty
Definitely
clap
give it to Brockville.
from detritus. Good
Clap, clap.
speech.
Every hit point equal to you. So what's that come up to? So it's 4 plus.
Was it level plus a charisma?
What's your
Plus
charisma
3.
modifier?
So
So
7.
3 plus level.
7 hit points.
7.
Nice.
So 6 creatures. How many of us is
You. So there's 3 of you,
Yeah.
and then there's
Zara. Brockville.
Sarah and Brockville, and then the other 2 would be
Mhm.
Just
That's
general
7. right?
commoners.
It's one inspired tree.
That would be
flip.
7, yeah.
Yeah. So I will give it to obviously the party, Brockville. So it's 4.
Everyone with names.
Zara. That's 5.
And
then
the other
Yeah.
2 don't have names.
out of the
Yeah.
2,
Don't get
who were
attached.
they again? Which ones were they?
One's
The
male,
man
one's
and
female. Yeah,
Other than
man
that,
and
they are
woman.
identical.
Have
And
either of
entirely
them shown
interchangeable.
either of them shown any promise of a fighter more than the other?
You
Yeah.
gave the man an axe, or did you? You gave him
Scimitar.
something, and
Scimitar.
he, yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't use it, but
He held it.
he still has it.
What about the woman? She got anything?
I think someone might have given her a dagger, which is
Yeah,
currently just
gave somebody a dagger.
stuck in her belt.
Okay.
Does the man look
He's
even
sort of just
remotely
got the-
strong?
I mean, yeah, he's a man living in a harsh environment. You know, he's got some of that country strength to him, but he's
he-
in no
he
way
gets my
trained
7.
for violence.
He gets my 7 temp hit points.
That hill person strength.
I'm hoping that in a time of need he'll protect the woman or something.
Okay, well. You never know. Maybe the woman's like a caregiver or something and has to like lift bodies all the time, which might be strong as well.
Maybe she just likes lifting bodies all the time.
Yeah,
We don't know what she gets up to.
Maybe.
She secretly the most whip. Just doesn't want to say anything because it'll trivialize the adventure.
But yeah, how after all this, how is Brockville looking? Can I re-examine?
Yeah.
Like-
After this hour, it looks no better or no worse.
Okay.
And he's not like actively bleeding out or anything.
Yeah, how big's the puddle of
No,
blood?
it doesn't seem to. Yeah, it's not like bleeding so much anymore. As oozing, I would say.
It's more just like infected, right? Like
And it's not like flowing, but it is the area around the wound is sort of getting dark, and it's very dark and very thick. But your
granted, I never-
inspiring speech has filled him with a little bit more of a
life to
bit
it.
of vim and vigor. He seems a little bit more alert and less despondent.
Mhm.
That's about all we can ask for.
Now,
I will
It-
give
what-
him in that time because I'm assuming he's not eating much. I'm gonna give him one of the rations I got in that during the short rest, so he can, eat something. So I can't imagine.
I
He
didn't
does,
exactly study
gratefully.
medicine, but we can. Should we like cleanse any infection or whatnot with fire? Is that a thing you can do? It would hurt, granted,
Potentially,
but
it would obviously hurt.
it wouldn't be an infection. Oh, it would reduce the chances of.
It's true. Do we want to risk that? Who's the
That
best at medicine? Here?
ship has definitely sailed. It's very infected.
Okay.
I can cut deep.
So the
Just
way I
kill him.
see it, you need rest, and you need
And a proper doctor, maybe.
proper doctor, yes, and well, mainly warm food, drink, and the rest. We can't provide everything just now, but we'll do what we can. The way I see it, the sooner we get out of here, the sooner we can provide everything. So I think it's time to move.
Very well.
Yeah? I guess, do we move towards Boyko? No? It's probably like a lot closer to dusk now, but
It's fine. You can cover
Yeah.
climate darkness and be helpful.
also with people, some people might not be able to climb, so
Yeah.
Do we have enough rope? I think the dwarf had a bunch on him, but
well, he didn't give me that. And
Yeah.
I used my rope and someone else's on
I think that was mine.
yeah,
thing.
probably on the cliff.
The rope should still be there then.
So
2/3
Yeah.
of the cliff is basically with rope.
Hmm.
But the
okay,
first
so we
bit
just
is
need one
without.
more bundle of rope.
Yeah.
Did
someone
the
can
big
cover it.
guy steal his cloak? Yeah.
No,
Does he have rope
when,
on him?
when he hears you talking about rope, you hear like the sound of like old branches cracking as detritus, reawakens, and
Mhm.
stretches, and fills up the space that he's in. Rope, and from somewhere mysterious, he pulls. How much is it? 10? No. I've just got
Usually
10
50
next to
for
hempen
If
rope.
it's- Oh, 10, okay.
Yeah, not too sure why it's just 10.
10 links of 50?
He hands it to Sarah. Rope.
It's something.
You handing it to Sarah or to Delilah?
It was Sarah that
I mean, it'll get
cooled
dark
his
anyway.
head, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to
No, it was
Sarah.
Delilah.
Oh, was it Delilah?
No, it was Sarah.
Oh.
No, it was Sarah. Delilah was busy talking
Oh,
about
gotcha.
this hard-
Gotcha.
Yeah, I hand her the rope. And he'll think for a
And,
second, very,
uh,
very slowly, and then pull out the cloak from earlier, Gunt's cloak, and he'll point to the tiny picture of
That was
on one of the patches of rope. Ooh, rope. And then just stare at it until someone interrupts him.
Did we see Gun bring out rope from his cloak?
I don't
I
think
can't remember
did.
if I was off the cliff by then.
He was initially refusing to go because he thought it would would be suicidal.
Roll me an Arcana check, Delilah.
That wasn't the only part that was suicidal, and the other part got you. 10.
And You're not familiar with it.
Just a picture of a rope.
It's just this fairly odd robe with
Okay.
patches that have got embroidered pictures on.
So I'll point to it and be like, "Yes, we do need
Yeah,
rope.
rope.
Do you have
That's
any
rope.
extra?
Good job, big guy.
Do you have any more of that?"
He'll just hold it out again. Rope.
Are you suggesting we try to tie some clothes together? Make the other 40?
He just looks very confused at you. And then he kind of looks down at himself and goes, clothes.
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to help in that regard, but you can
Hot.
carry it. Carl, did you happen to see Gunn pull the fucking cloak?
I'm fairly certain Gunt didn't use the rope patches on the cloak.
Okay.
No, but you
But I
had
don't
used
know.
patches. Gunt had used patches before, hadn't he?
Oh yeah, he used one rope in the temple. So Casimir has seen the cloak being used, and so has Zara and Delilah actually, because it was in the little room when he put the rope pointlessly on the floor. Because I had a grandson.
Sarah
what
sort
what
of
they actually do?
good
did
point.
Casimir
Yeah,
say?
so Sarah, as detritus is sort of pointing to this, Sarah's like, "Oh, you have it, oh," and she just reaches her and just rips the patch off, and immediately 50-foot of rope appears in her hand, and she sort of just jumps up and just hugs detritus, and
Yeah.
He looks down at where the patch was.
Is this?
Rope. Rope.
Is this?
you
the,
are wonderful.
Is this the dwarves' cape?
Looks
Yes,
like it.
it's what he was wearing. He pulled a rope patch off before.
He wouldn't give me a single rope.
I'm glad he's dead.
When you say that, detritus kind of looks back at the bed, and then I think there should be one more, but then just like holds it out towards Casimir. Like, is this what you want? More rope?
No, it's got two each of those.
Oh, okay, right, okay. So okay, he looks at you.
Now it has no.
rope. Sorry.
Well, at least the big guy is honest.
He's too stupid to be anything else. Wait, you implying the Gunt wasn't honest?
Deception.
Well,
Was it very helpful when it
Equal
comes to
deception modifier.
clearly not.
There's fucking dwarves, am I right? Clearly joking.
What were the other patches that
I'm just
that are on
looking it
there,
up
Michael?
now so I can transfer it over to Tritus. So we used all the rope. So there's there's lots
Couple of daggers.
lots of gold. 300 gold worth of gold, 1,000 gold worth of gems, iron door, window, the rowboat,
What?
a sack, 10-foot pole, steel mirror, bullseye
fuck
lanterns,
is
and a
this?
dagger.
You had all this shit with you?
Gun,
Yeah,
I am
and a
glad he's
rowboat.
dead.
Gun didn't need the
How
money.
do you have 1,000 gold?
It's
worth
one of the
of
things you can
gems?
roll for, and I did it with Angus.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's fully legit. That we-
Wow.
You didn't get the 4 potions of healing, did you?
No, that would have been quite good.
Okay, so you didn't have these objects in the robe. It's just a possibility you had them.
No,
You
no,
got
I-
it.
Oh, no,
I've got these ones.
those ones are the
are in
ones
the
he's got
room.
patches for.
He's walking around with
So
like,
he did have all these objects with him.
like 1,500 gold worth of stuff on this Tatiel rope.
Wow.
You used your window, didn't you? You tried to you took it out
yeah, and it didn't
tried
work.
to use it and then didn't
Yeah,
work.
okay.
So
Window's
that's
gone.
not on there anymore.
And hempen rope's gone. Fine. I still got my sack. That's all that matters.
Okay,
And
Angus,
10-foot pole.
I was thinking the other day that I never got a magic item for Delilah.
Did you not?
No, we'll talk about that later.
Just
Because
find another rope.
Yeah, it's a magic rope. It lifts people.
Because that's fucking cool, and I want one now.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize Gunn had all this fucking
And
shit with them.
I think we additionally agreed, Angus, although this might not work for Detritus because he's an idiot, but that it would be possible to take items and, through some sort of magic, convert them into patches to go on the cloak.
Yes,
but
we
that
had
was
discussed that.
when we had an artificer rather than
You still have an artificer. I
forest
built Delilah
a
specifically to
mountain idiot.
be good with guns, and then he died immediately.
Well, you can put stuff on the cloak then. That's fine. We'll cut it in
Fucking cunt.
half and we can both have a cloak.
He was fine when he's
just a
alive, but then you
shawl.
realize all this extra shit about him, and he just gets worse with history.
It's like basically any celebrity. Once they die,
Yeah.
all the crap comes out.
Like, oh, god damn it, I really like that band.
You did what to kids?
That's exactly what I was thinking about, actually.
Don't
Except
be
he did that to rope.
Don't
Fucking
be
lost
smart.
prophets.
All right.
He kept the rope in his basement. Wow.
I've transferred.
Kept how many
that
people?
over. Poor Gunt.
Of all people, I
No,
never
no,
thought.
not
that
only
would
did you
be him.
kill, not you kill, but not only did Gunt die and completely ignoble death, but now you're just destroying his character as well.
I mean, that seems to be
We
a
tried.
thing for dead characters in this campaign.
I'd be able to heal Kaz if I didn't waste it on gun. Like I tried.
So you do recall that the cliff currently has it's 200 feet tall. This cliff face, and the top 100 feet has rope,
Half. Okay. So we got another 50.
which I think was it Casimir started climbing down, and then everyone just jumped and featherfalled the rest.
Yeah. Because no one said they had featherfall.
But we need hope anyway.
They hid the rope, they hid the feather.
And to be fair, in terms of Casimir's sort of approach to things, it wouldn't have even crossed his mind, so we would have just gone with the rope
Yeah,
thing anyway.
very
I
in
would
character.
imagine. Very, yeah.
Very in character,
Okay.
that's not to be useful to each other.
Points at Brogville and I carry.
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Can you?
Well, Angus is Detritus strong enough to, while they're still in the tree, to and they're leaving, to just pick up Brogville like a suitcase. One hand. just
By
just
himself.
walk out with him.
What is your strength score?
Um,
Strength mod?
My
Very specifically, your carrying capacity is doubled, isn't it? Because you're a Goliath.
yeah,
Yes, because
so
you
class
are.
is
Yeah,
large.
yeah. Without issue,
and it's a
you
20.
sort of just grasp him
5, sorry.
by his mid just back clothing and just lift him up, and he's just sort of dangling there. This is a little undignified.
Well, we could make a
we-
baby Bjorn.
Do we want to use the 10 foot of rope and maybe a bark or something? Make a thing for him to carry?
Like a stretcher.
Kind of. One-handed stretcher.
Actually, I was joking, but we could make a baby Bjorn. Strap it to his back, and then you could climb free.
We actually.
I'll gently put him down and go on one knee so that he can get on however he wants.
And he does. He sort of clambers up, and you just sort of hear his breathing's laboured, and it's a struggle doing the movements. And he gets up, and he's just sort of like.
I'm gonna take that 10 foot rope. I'm gonna sort of tie him to
Tries
it
to get up a little bit higher.
so that he's got the rope to kind of rest on as well around the thingy's torso, maybe under his armpits, so they something.
Little handhold so he can steer him.
That's what his ears are for.
It's a
On-
mech.
Ready.
On the back of the rope It said
It takes a couple of minutes, but you feel like you've got Brogville fairly securely lashed in a backpack fashion.
The best way.
So he's not
Detritus's-
exhausted
his
trying to hold on,
vast
right?
back.
What's it say on the rope?
Yeah.
Deslin?
on the back of the rope. I write detritus's baby boy, and I giggle to myself. I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, the tortoise is just ready for to go on the walk. Like, you are very warm.
Good.
And he is. He feels a bit feverish and just hot. Not pleasant for detritus to be carrying.
Clammy.
All truth be told.
Sarah can do the AC thing.
Just cooling everyone down on the way. I love
Yeah.
it.
We'll handle the fighting.
Yeah.
You guys can handle
Are
the...
you effectively saying she's gently ray of frosting them?
Essentially, yeah. Like the element without any of the force.
Ray of frosting just nearby, just enough to chill the air around
I
you,
like
but not
mist.
to
Ray
enough to
across the
actually do any
stick and then give him
damage.
the stick.
Yeah,
Ray
you could always
frosted
just make
stick
like a
and then-
cult.
I love it.
Like if you have any like bands of not bands.
I mean, as
yeah,
far
like rags.
as far as stealthy travels goes, this isn't great. Just rigid white lights just flashing off every couple of minutes.
on a 7-foot Goliath who's got someone on his back higher up.
And these are just going over his shoulders every couple of minutes.
Okay, look, be it prestidigitation or ray of frost, there's got to be some way to use the frost magic without firing.
Oh, you were
icicles
thinking
up in the sky.
prestidigitation. Gotcha.
Either one of them.
Okay.
The point is, making something a little bit cooler can't be that difficult
And
for a
it
mage.
is greatly appreciated.
If she can like make like a rag nice and hopefully a clean one, but what can you do?
You
Like,
can chill,
it's
warm, or
possible.
flavor up to a cubic foot of non-living material. I guess air is a non-living material, and you could chill that.
Yeah, or just like rags that you swap out every now and then. Something to keep them nice and cool.
Every time you do it, you just hear a slightly uncomfortably satisfied.
As long as he's happy.
Lore.
And as we're traveling, Delilah will take up the guard position opposite Kaz, just to make sure we're all covered.
And how are you traveling?
I think we're gonna try.
What sort
and
of pace
stay on
would
the
you like to take?
I'm gonna assume we're not gonna make it before dusk anyway. Let's go quietly. Let's make sure we at least are careful.
At least try to be.
Because we're gonna walk in
Yes,
the dark.
can I
anyway,
get-
so.
Stealth checks from everyone.
Of course.
It's very disturbing that no one's followed us yet. It's quite odd. Hey, Brogville, you remember that escape from the what was it, at gnome camp of sorts?
Sorry.
Village,
is-
whatever they call it.
As you shout out, "Hey, Brogville," for some reason, detritus turns around, taking Brogville with him. Did you call?
Who's rolling the survival check instead of stealth check? Carl.
Was that me?
Oh,
okay.
shit!
Nice try, Carl.
No. All right. He rolled an 8.
8 plus
La,
1.
la.
If you, well, actually, disadvantage because it's armor. So I should have swapped my armor during a short rest.
Did you take that half plate?
I don't even know, to be honest, because I didn't find any use for it personally. I think yeah, I think I did, but like not wear it.
Hi, entity.
I have it.
Hello, entity.
Oh, entity.
What's up? Okay, so Detritus rolled on 8, Delilah rolled a 14, Casimir a 10. Your man with the scimitar rolled a 12. She rolled a 5. And Sarah rolled a 20.
Holy crap, Deslin, you're quick on that moderation. I didn't even see that there was a message.
Yeah.
I was less quick and just more doing it while you guys were talking. It took me a minute to find everything.
Okay, right. So you believe yourself to be moving fairly stealthily through the jungle. Roll me perception check. Who's leading the charge, the stealthy jaunt through the jungle?
Well, is there a volunteer, or should Casimir do it?
Was
as far as, like,
Detritus
God-
putting his hand up there, or was he pointing at Carl?
No, I was pointing at Carl, because I assumed it would be Casimir. But
Yeah.
I also wouldn't put it past Detritus to just keep walking. If Casimir slowed down. So wherever Casimir thinks, whatever order.
Yeah, I think you're in the lead, Cassie.
Kazzy.
Yeah, I'll be me then.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Nearly a 1.
Nice. Okay. You don't see or hear anything as you're walking through. I mean, that's worse than your passive perception. So you've been distracted by something, and I think the worry about your friend tied to the back of the Goliath trotting through the jungle, and the wound, and the wounds you've seen of that sort before, and how most of those have ended. You find you've been trudging for nearly 2 hours, and almost like you've been on autopilot. You know, when you sort of do that when you're driving to work or something, and you sort of like, oh shit, I'm like here. What happened to the last like 20 minutes of my journey?
Got abducted by
Where'd the
aliens.
police car come from?
What's that body?
In a river.
It's not
But
your car. it's somebody else's car.
despite your distracted self, you didn't stumble into anything untoward so far. It is starting to get dark now, and you are approaching the cliff. You can see it through breaks in the trees ahead of you, and over the next hour, you continue your journey in that direction, reaching the cliff face. Pretty much, it's been dark maybe for 5 minutes or so, not like pitch dark. There's still some ambient light, but it's definitely nighttime now. And you are now at the base of the cliff with it ahead of you.
Detritus just stands looking at the cliff. Straight on. Eye level.
Okay. Alright, we need to find a way up. The proper path goes around.
Can Detritus just start climbing on
It's
this?
dangerous.
You certainly can, yeah. Roll me an athletics check.
Heard the word up. Just jamming massive hands into the wall.
It's like he's the
Athletics.
biggest one, but suddenly he always finds himself in the background doing stuff. Like,
It's all about that present.
yeah.
Everyone else is just like, well, how are we going to do this? What's your And It's not actually too difficult to climb. I think I described when we first got to it that it was almost stepped, like very, very, very steep, like 5 foot high, and then like 6 inches, and then 5 foot, and then 6 inches. And it's just
So he can like just pull
so
himself up.
it's almost like it's almost like a big ladder, and you just start climbing.
Okay.
And then as he goes up, you just hear
As
grumbling
you're
about how
sort
hot it
of
is.
having this discussion, you sort of look round at everyone and see detritus is missing, and then you sort of glance up the cliff face and you see him. He's probably about a third of the way up.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. Right.
In fact, you've nearly reached the rope that's dangling from the top.
You just hear a
Let's go
shout
then. I'll,
of "Row!"
And this is with Brogville slashed to his back.
Okay. Let's go. Did I have the rope, or did he still have the rope?
Sarah got it, but if you wanted it, you could have it.
Give it to Sarah.
Okay.
Who's got it?
Sarah, the sister.
Okay.
Yeah, careful asking you to try this rope because he'll just
Okay.
untie Brockville while standing over the
Uh,
cliff.
What Sarah had pulled the patch off the robe.
Okay.
Ooh, everything's still very slow for me.
Zara, if you don't mind giving me the
Load
rope,
some
I
stuff,
will
see
go
if this
next.
is an internet thing or a
We can hear you, Angus. Can you?
computer struggling with all the things I've got open thing.
Can you hear us?
Angus, can you hear us? No.
Guess not.
What's that? We
Yep.
found a bunch of health potions.
How kind of you. And
Sorry, just having some
A friendly dragon
CPU
offers to
issues.
give us a ride.
an
Sweet.
elixir of angelic rest. Fantastic. For those of you who don't know, that
What is
means
that?
you get a full rest after just sleeping for 2 rounds. Very good.
That sounds pretty useful.
You just take a 12
I can't
second-
really hear you guys at the moment. You're coming through so stilted and broken, but my CPU is just really getting
yeah,
hammered at
your-
the moment.
his
So I was just
camera's very
closing some
laggy
stuff to see if that
Yeah.
helps.
Okay. Maybe restarting his computer would help.
I think we might be okay now. Can someone say something?
Hello, Angus.
Hello.
You've
Thank you for the potion,
agreed to
thank you.
several things while you were.
No, we are not okay yet.
Yeah, his camera's still very laggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he sorts this out. I'm gonna go wee.
Have fun.
Mm-mm.
Don't fall in. No, so a brief technical hiatus. Everyone who's there.
We've caught up now. I think we've caught up.
Did you get up to the bit where D-Money said he had to go wee?
That doesn't know.
Still up at 100%. Let me close some more shit.
Do you need to restart your PC, Angus? I'm assuming he can still get messages.
I did message him, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to close some shit to see if that helps. Back to the technical difficulties.
Carl, you got any jokes? While we're waiting.
Um,
I got one.
Go on.
What do you call a really happy guinea pig? Angus, don't interrupt.
Yeah, no. You said you could hear me. Can you still hear me?
Oh God, how
Yeah.
much lag is
Yeah,
he
yeah.
on? Angus, I'm saying the word capybara. When you get to the point of capybara in the recording or in the lag, then let us know. So yeah, Carl, what do you call a really happy guinea pig?
What is it? I don't know.
A
A happy bar?
Capybara.
Capybara.
Okay, so there's
Oh.
like a 20-30 second lag.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a grinny pig, of course.
Granny pig.
Entity's got.
What do you got, Anthony? Yeah.
Granny pig.
Oh wait. Okay, he's caught up then.
That one
Okay.
is much closer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
He's
tracking
getting there.
a thunderstorm.
That's a lot better than what I was thinking. I was thinking gunshots. Thunderstorm's so much nicer.
Oh my god! I just got an idea for a D&D character. Make him really dumb and slow, but
I already
they call
did
him
that.
Thunderstorm.
Else open.
Yeah, but like they call him Thunderstorm because he replies to everything 20 seconds later.
Nice.
How do non-binary samurais kill their enemies?
They slash them.
So they'll have like a really bad dexterity.
They slash
and
them. I like that.
Okay, right. Are you with us now, Angus?
I've got no idea. You sound good, but I've got no idea how bad this
Okay.
lag is.
Say cheese when you hear cheese.
Jeez.
Hey, we're caught up.
Okay.
I think.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
I think it's good now, Angus.
So hi Angus.
All right.
Welcome back.
Hey, I'm
Oh, you
back.
said hey straight away.
Good. Wow. Amazing. Right. That was all a little bit weird. But we're doing all right. Okay.
Don't
What
react for another
were we
minute
doing?
and then start talking.
Fuck you. Right, you guys were running through the woods.
Yeah.
Then you were sneaking through the woods, and then you reached the base of the cliff, and Detritus has started climbing up it because Casimir said the word up, and that's just what he's done. How are
Right,
what are
yeah,
the rest of you doing?
I was gonna say, Zara, do you want to give me the rope? I will climb first. You guys can follow.
She hands it straight to you.
I'll drop this so everyone has an easier way.
Okay, that sounds
So,
good.
how much rope have you got?
Another 50, right? Was it?
Cool. So that
Yeah.
if you climb to
To the
where
that-
the rope is
yeah.
currently,
yeah,
and you tie that onto that,
Yeah.
it will be 50 feet off the
for
ground.
them. Yeah, that's fine. That's my aim. So like, I'll
So
let
50,
them...
50 feet for them to climb, and then they can get to the rope, and that'll
Yeah.
keep them for the rest of
Yeah,
it. Okay.
basically, yeah. I'm letting them do
Okay.
the first bit without rope, but once it gets high enough, do it with rope.
All right. For everyone making the climb, roll me athletics checks, please.
I will also wait on that ledge where I tie the rope. Once I tie it, so I can then take it.
Okay.
I'll go up.
Okay. Yeah, like I
last.
say, it's not actually a challenging climb.
Okay,
Just
good.
like I said, big ladder. It takes some effort, and actually it takes you some time because it's dark. You're struggling to find the handholds and the footholds and get a good grip. But you take your time and you pause for breath a couple of times before you get up to the rope. By this time, Detritus is at the top. And it's just sort of sat on the edge, peering down at you guys at the bottom. And you get to the rope and you unfurl the rope that you've been carrying up and tie it off. And then roll me a second athletics check with advantage for using the rope for the last portion of the climb.
I'll be the last one going up the last bit of rope.
Oh, okay, so just chill
So-
out there for the time being. Then.
Yeah,
But
I'm chilling
we'll
out
count
there,
that 20
and
when
then
we...
once everyone's climbed the rope that I just placed, I'm gonna untie it, take it with me, and then carry on.
And then do the same, so you end up with 3 lengths of
Yeah,
50.
basically, yeah.
Okay. Okay, can I get athletics checks for the first 50 feet of unroped free climb from Delilah, Zara, and I'll roll the other guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. She just So it's just as good as this is, I would imagine. Da-da-da.
And so, okay,
Great.
so
Might need
Wow.
carrying.
Yeah. Well, all of our athletic boys are already up. Okay.
Leave every man behind.
That's the episode.
that's
What we're meant to
Zara.
do. Yeah, Delilah will go up last because she wanted to make sure nobody dies if they fall down. How far up to 50 foot did Sarah get before she fell? Or is she able to catch
A
herself?
natural one.
-1.
I'm gonna say that she got to about 40 feet before she fell.
Okay. What is her HP? Okay.
22.
Yeah. You see, 40 feet is 46, so there's a possibility it'll kill her, but Angus would have to roll extremely well.
Zara takes 19 points of
Christ.
fall damage.
Okay.
And as she falls, in fact, it's because one of the woman who you're traveling with also rolled a natural 1 on her athletics check. So what I'm going to say is that she was climbing just ahead of Zara when she slipped and fell, and as she fell, she crashed into Zara, and both of them tumbled from the rock face.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, landing below Zara and this woman both taking 19 points of fall
Shit.
damage.
Christ. Okay.
Fucking hell.
I can feather fall them, but at this point, you already told me the damage. So,
A few seconds after they hit, you just hear to try to shout from above. Look out.
You didn't call Featherfall during any of the description of
yeah, exactly.
they do fall, and yeah, Zara is alive but very hurt. The lady who had fallen alongside her is laying very still, her neck sort of twisted at a slightly unnatural angle. It's like way too far to the side and like up. It doesn't look good.
It's like so obvious
brutal, man.
immediately dead. I mean, what do you expect? She took 19 damage.
She
Okay.
had 4 hit points.
Exactly.
Maximum.
Wow. Okay, Delilah will tend to Sarah and just try to get her up.
Oh, fuck me. That hurts.
Yeah.
Both alive, right?
She's alive. The other one is not alive.
Right. Okay. Well, that probably won't happen again.
On the plus side, you now have 2 survivors to contend with.
Since I was waiting at that point with the rope, if I see them fall, can I wait till the rest goes above me and then climb down that? Or maybe can I collect that rope where I am and then climb down with it without using it, like so, just climb down. So basically what I want to do is basically once everyone else has climbed up, other than the 2 that just fell, I want to take the rope and bring it down 50 feet.
Okay.
And is there a place for them to stand at the top of that 50 feet? Or to hold on at least?
There's ledges,
Yeah,
right,
there's
all over,
there's ledges. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I just don't want them to have
It's not
that
like
easy climb
yeah,
for
it's-
50 and then a deadly climb for 50 to 100. So as long as you can move it up
I think I may be wrong, but I think what Casimir is getting at is he brings the 50-foot of rope down. You climb up that 50-foot. He then climbs up the next 50-foot with the rope
Yeah.
and ties it off, and then you can climb the rest.
That's it.
Perfect. I just want to clarify.
It's
Okay.
gonna take
Even
more
next
time, but I'm gonna basically
Fine.
maybe save their life if it works. So
Okay. It is
So we lost one.
dark now. So yeah, if you can roll me another athletics check to just clamber back down 100 feet to
Well, 50 feet.
the.
50
I know
feet
because
more,
you climbed
up there.
100 feet up to tie the rope off, and then you stayed there, didn't you?
Yeah. Until
So
I got
you're
my-
100 feet up. So you climb. Oh yeah, you're climbing down 50 feet. Sorry.
50 feet so I can do
Um, Gotcha. Okay. Roll me an athletics check with disadvantage because it is now pitch black.
Right.
Is she okay?
12.
I give him a thumbs up. If he
Good.
can-
The DC is not massively difficult on this, but yeah, you're able to climb down, and with the 50 feet of rope, you drop it down the 50 feet. Difficult to find somewhere to attach it. This is sort of hut rock. There's not much in the way of like vegetation or anything like that would be. Do you have any sort of climbing materials, pitons
think
or
I
anything like that?
I got Explorer's Pack, which has.
Pitons, thankfully.
Nope. Nope. Can I? Hold on. What about? Hold on. Let me read this. I have leather workers tools. I'm just gonna check what would be in our leather workers tools.
A needle.
Because maybe there's like something useful.
Excellent. Right.
A knife, a small mallet, an edger, a hole punch, thread, leather scraps. What's an edger?
Probably for burring
Um,
things. Or getting rid of
Leatherworking
deburring things.
edger. Ah, okay.
You like slide it along the edge of your leather piece and you cut it off at an
Yeah.
angle. So
Well, I have a wooden mallet if I find something to insert into the rock. I don't really have anything. If
Can you use like a dagger or just something sturdy and then assist the rope as people climb
away
up?
all my dagger stuff.
I'll toss you a dagger. I have a couple of extra on me.
does anyone have a dungeoneer's pack or
What-
burglar's pack?
I lost track. What is it we're trying to do?
I'm struggling to attach the rope to anything.
Oh,
He's brought the rope down
yeah.
and now he wants to tie it off, but there's not much to tie it off to.
I have Tinkle's
Explorer's
tools.
pack.
Something metal.
That's what I got.
You got an explorer's pack as well, have you? No, it doesn't have it.
So wait, the rope
Torches.
rope is most of the way down.
So what you've got at the moment is you've got 100 feet of rope from the top of the cliff to halfway down the cliff.
Yep.
You've then got nothing for 100 foot. Or well, you've got a 50-foot gap and then Casimir holding 50 foot of rope down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, and Casimir is trying to
Attach it to something.
Basically give Sarah something to help her climb up that first 50
idea.
feet.
Is there anything strong poking out that I can maybe hold on to?
In what sort of way? Are you looking to sort of brace
something
yourself?
To maybe like, I don't know, put my elbow around and just hold the rope, or like maybe prop my foot against it while I hold the rope or something, or no.
I've got a staff and some javelins. Don't know if either.
Well, if you have like a hammer or something on you, just go with the dagger plan. Like,
I don't have a dagger.
Push one. I have a dagger. I give you a dagger,
Okay.
and then you
That's all right. I
push
think
it into
I
the
got
wall.
something. Roll me an intelligence check. Just
Okay.
a straight intelligence roll.
We're doomed.
Oh, 18.
Wow.
18. Nice.
Imagine.
That's a solid roll. So there is like probably a crack about that sort of wide in the rock in front of you, which has been exposed to the elements for a long while. And you sort of get the rope over your shoulder and tie it around yourself so that you are the anchor point for this rope at this point. And you jam your fist into the rock and then you turn it and lock it into that crack.
Cool.
And you sort of
Metal.
lean back and the rock, it's a climbing hold. You can do it for locking yourself like I think for resting basically. You just lock your fist into a crack in the rock and then just lean back on it and just hang out there while that locks you in place.
Alright.
So yeah, that's
Wicked.
you are now the rope is sort of tied around your shoulders and dangling down. And yeah, Delilah, Sarah, we can roll athletics check with advantage for this climb.
Okay, just like last time, I'll let Sarah go first. If she falls this time, I'm feather falling.
Okay, yeah, she's able to climb those 50. Oh, I rolled it for her. Sorry, it's all good.
Oh, perfect. Let's use your wall.
Yeah, she rolled a natural 17 with a -1.
Really?
She's 16. She climbs up and it's still a bit slow because she's fallen once and she's pretty beat up. And that's pretty much the first real damage she's taken in this, and she's a bit shaken up by it. She climbs and she reaches up to you, Casimir, and she sort of clings onto the rock next to you. Delilah, do you want to roll your athletics checks?
It's with advantage, though,
16.
right?
Yeah,
Nice.
with advantage. Yeah. And yeah, you scurry up pretty much the same way, just without quite such the wincy caution that Sarah was climbing with. And you also reach to where Casimir is holding the rope. And I suppose whilst we should probably do this, we should probably get an athletics check from Casimir as well to see if he can
Just a straight
hold this. It's just straight athletics.
I can give him guidance.
16.
16, yeah. By the time Delilah climbs up, your shoulder is sore. You've got these people that are climbing up, and they're doing their best to not use the rope to pull themselves up too much, just more using it as a safety net in the event that they do lose their grip on the rock face. But nonetheless, there is still an element of weight that's being pulled on you and dangling by the rock gripping onto your fist, or your fist squeezing into the rock. It's not comfortable, shall we say. So now, yeah, you are there 50 feet up with your two friends. I will take another athletics check from you. This one with disadvantage, please. And you can have guidance as well, and that's a roll of D4 on top of it.
Cool. That's a good idea.
Okay, roll your D4.
14.
Nice.
Okay.
Not bad.
You clamber up the next 150 feet and untie the rope from yourself, tie it back onto the 100 feet that's below. And yeah, everyone, that's advantage athletics checks for the rest of the climb. It's fine
That
from
was
Sarah.
surprisingly close to fucking.
Delilah, so can I get another athletics check with advantage from you for the rest of the climb?
Did Sarah make it?
She's fine, yeah.
Okay. I give guidance myself too. Or if 15's good, I'm not gonna.
15's fine. Yeah, no
15
worries
to
there.
19.
You clamber up and you find yourself in the familiar clearing at the edge of the cliff face. And
Yeah, I collect the
Casimir,
ropes
as
as I
you
go up.
yeah, and as you breach the top and come out into the clearing, your first thought is Boyko, and you glance around the clearing and you look for where you had tied him, and you don't see him at first. But what you do see is laying on the ground. There is the black and orange stripe of a tiger tail disappearing into the undergrowth.
He killed a tiger and is dragging it into the forest.
As you approach,
Yeah. I'm gonna get my
assuming you
sword
do
out
approach.
if I see the tiger tail.
Do we hear eldritch abomination
Sword.
voices?
You approach and come around the bush to see what's going on. You do see Boyko, and you do see a tiger, and the tiger is dead at Boyko's feet.
Told you.
As it should be.
And Boyko is still tied to the tree, and is just sort of looks at you with those big mule eyes, and
I give him a pat.
yeah, just a little.
I hunger for the flesh of thousands.
Just give him a nice pat and comfort him a little bit. Good, Bill. Good.
And you sort of give him a rub, and you give him a look over, and you spot that one of his back hooves is just splattered with blood up to like the ankle. And yeah, as you look at the tire, you see that its face is caved in on one side.
It's a good cover, Boyko. If you used your tentacles, everyone would suspect you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
How the hell? How do you pull this thing off every time? It's incredible.
Every time.
Just
This is like a predator.
like 4 years of just corpses.
Last one was a
Just
dragon.
never
How
clicked.
do you get so lucky? It's incredible.
What
Hey,
is that?
Hey, Brockville. I'm gonna
Point at
go
Boyko.
to him with Boyko and just say, hey, Boyko just killed a tiger.
What have you done lately?
A tiger.
Yes. You remember when he killed the ferret and then the dog? Dog was quite impressive.
Do you remember when you killed that guy who was trying to steal from your saddlebag?
That's true. He just kicked him in the head once, didn't he?
Dropped like a stone.
Yes.
A tiger, though, that's
That
next
was
level
actually
shit.
great to see. I see. That's the great thing. I actually saw the guy, but it's impressive. Like, unless I don't know how it
Is he hurt at all?
Well, I'll show him.
Shit, not even a scratch.
You think you could scratch Boyko?
Looks like just a one and done, like the man stealing from your bags.
Impressive.
I mean not to stand behind him.
Only
Yeah.
To try to sister directly
I-
behind
I-
Boyko.
Well,
What is
I believe.
this?
I think I need to rest.
Yes, tomorrow you can have Boyko to ride on.
That is a meal. The character says, but the player says that is your god. Bow.
Mule. Goes to just
Right.
put his hand on it.
We settle down now. I will. Who here can see in the dark?
I can. And
Anyone?
I don't think I can. No, I cannot.
You.
Tara
someone
cannot, and Casimir cannot, and Brockville cannot.
Oh dear.
And
So
the two dead
it's
dwarves can't.
just-
Great.
Just Delilah.
Delilah,
Okay,
you want to
I'll-
take the middle of the night? I will take the as much as I can of the watch.
I would need about 4 hours in the morning, but I could take the first 2 watches if you need.
That's perfect. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
that-
take the third watch then.
All that said, I'm pretty exhausted myself, so do try to rest quickly, if that's a thing.
Yes,
And if anything attacks us, I will just be waking everyone up.
that is what I need you to do. Yes.
Okay, good.
Mule.
Roll
Hi, big
me
guy.
a perception check, please, Delilah, for the first phases of this rest.
Before everyone goes to bed, I say, "Okay, big guy, talking to detritus, you can rest now. Tend to some of those wounds."
Just gives you a look of. I had completely forgotten that I had wounds. Oh yeah. Wounds. Mule. And he pulls up the robe again. Robe.
And blankets if you need it.
Anyone? Okay.
Very wise. You are a scholar.
Casimir is naturally gonna sleep
He's astounded.
next to Brockville, and he's gonna have a little chat before they settle down to sleep. Just almost like just the soldier jokiness that they would always have between each other, and just like racist remarks about fucking all sorts of races and
Everybody.
it's like
You get a
all
racist
the
remark. You
development-
get a racist remark.
all the development
There's
that
North
Casimir's
Sentinel
had.
Islanders.
Yeah, or like the newly found wisdom that Casimir's had the past week or so, seeing all these new races and
Just to have
coming into contact with
gone.
them. It's just gone when he's with Brockville. It's just like
Back to
it was
square
so
one.
tiny.
What's the deal with
hilarious.
dwarves?
So you could have just put him in my shoe.
They're
I
just
could have
like
stomped
fat
him out.
gnomes. Fat bearded
Fat
gnomes.
gnomes,
It's
yes.
quite
Not only are
pointless.
they short, but they're weak and die easily.
I was an angry footstool indeed.
Is the one with the fiery red hair, is she an elf?
I don't fucking know. Some sort of fairy.
This is like a conversation my
The
granddad
big
had in
one
the
I
pub.
can't figure out. The big
Sound
one's
like my
just...
grandma is always said.
Oh, wait, actually,
Some
yeah.
kind of fairy.
Do you think
I
she's
used
one
to
of
have
those
this up on my wall.
non-binaries?
This the big one that I can't figure out. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like nest hair up there or something. Does it even have hair? I can't even see that high.
He's bald.
I'm too short and weak, like the dwarf.
I have had a pretty good look. There is
Was there
no
a
hair
nest
on the
in
top
there?
of that head.
No nest.
No,
The
no,
eggs?
completely bald, smooth as you like.
So I guess the head is the egg.
Shined a little as he exerted himself and got a little sweaty. It was kind of gross.
Kind of gross.
But yes, it's strange, but also he could crush your skull with one hand. So I think he's okay.
Yeah. I have seen him fight. It's good.
I have also seen him bite a little, I guess.
Quite.
Yes.
Well, you know. It's like, as you say, you get to know a man in fight. That's when you really know who the person is made of. So
And I'm pretty sure he is made of something I don't want to fight.
he's probably made of like really hard stone from some mountains or something.
And he's like a giant.
Oh, is that what they are? They're
I
giant.
don't know. It's like a
'Cause-
giant.
'cause
He's
you
big,
know-
isn't he?
Like the mountains, what the dwarves were from Everyland, like nearby. They had some giants or something, didn't they? But because they were, unless it was just people that looked really tall next to the dwarves or something. I don't know. Probably.
Everyone looks really tall next to the dwarves.
But
you
that's
dog
what I
shit.
mean. Like, they look really big, but maybe it was. Maybe it was
Roll me a history check, Casimir.
okay.
Natural one. Natural one. Natural one.
It's a -1.
Ooh, 6.
Yeah,
It could have been
nice.
a lot worse.
Good enough.
6. From where you are in the continent of Promethea, you are aware of giant kin that live in the mountains to the northern reaches of your former country. The dwarves live in the mountains, and these things live on the mountains.
Right.
They don't usually venture down into the lower reaches of the mountains, but yeah, you are aware that there are Goliaths in the mountains of your home
Again,
region.
I would never remember their proper name. I never.
No, just giant
Yeah,
kin, little
it's
giants.
what the
really is.
local folk would call them. That's what I would call them. Nest hair and
Yep.
Big
footstool
buggers.
for the
Little
dwarf
giants.
and- yeah, basically.
Little giant. Ah.
Tall dwarves.
What,
Oh my
what's like
god,
the-
Goliaths are just tall dwarves.
Hold on, I'm just gonna.
Are you looking at your racist cheat sheet from the start of the campaign? To see if you've if you had anything, if you see if you had
I
anything
bet
for
you didn't plan
Goliaths.
for Goliath, did you?
I don't know. I just thought if I generate a mountaintop name from back home, I'll call them all the that.
Oh, we've run out of music.
He's like Brawling Mountain. It's so big. It's ridiculous. How can anyone be so big?
Well, thank you.
Unless you actually have a mountain name. It's really big in the area.
No, the only mountain I know of is Midyard, but that was where the Gunst dwarfs were from.
They shall never be mentioned.
Screw your background, Michael. They tried.
Oh, I totally meant to like write a little character scene too. I think it'd be really great if we did little bits from our characters' past that we could like cut in as like a, like a cutaway.
you
Basically.
said a while ago.
Mhm.
That idea.
So,
Yeah, just do like a orphanage raid or something. Past.
just
Not-
hammering a bunch of baby dwarves.
Not Boyko's past.
Just he single-handedly kicks an orphanage apart with 1 foot, 1 hoof.
And then just points at some old lady.
And then everyone laughs
Boyko's
at
like
him later.
old man Logan.
Yeah,
He's been alive for
some old
thousands of
lady.
years. Just
He's just
as,
tired as
as a soldier's mule just been through war after war after war over thousands of years, and has gotten pretty good at killing. over that time.
Not caring.
A single kick can rend the land. It's where the first dwarf settlement came from, actually. He kicked a hole in a mountain, and they were like, that's a great place to
Kicked a
live.
hole in the mountain.
And then they hid from him in it.
Yeah, they were feared, mighty afeared.
Right, let's settle
Boyko,
down.
the creator of worlds. All right, so we had a perception check of 21 from Delilah, and yeah, as everyone else settles down to sleep, Delilah sits watch for the first couple of watches. That's sort of 4 hours of sleep. You don't see anything, and it's dark vision and all of that, so you can see sort of within the immediate 60 feet of where you are. But you hear the sound down in the jungle below that there are people moving through the jungle. And it's not just like one group of people moving. You can hear different voices moving, and then sort of coming into earshot, and leaving earshot, and then not long after, more voices sort of emerging from the gloom before disappearing again. They do seem to be searching through the jungle beneath you.
Beneath us, okay. As long as they're not around us on the cliff.
No,
yeah.
not as you can tell. But the rest of your rest comes to, or your watch comes to a close. Who's taking second watch? Or
Casimir.
what would be third watch, I suppose. Okay, Casimir. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage, please, for the darkness.
And this would be the one going into the morning. That watch.
Yeah.
We'll have there'll be one more watch after this one.
No, Delilah was taking the first two.
Yeah, and then there's 4
Yeah.
watches, right?
Yeah.
So
The other
I
4
think-
watches? Okay.
Yeah, so you're doing 2. I'm doing the third one, and then someone will take the
Detritus can do the dawn.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
He's a
5.
team player.
Oh yeah. I like him so much more than
You don't hear any noises coming from the jungle below. You do hear the sounds of jungle creatures moving around the jungle. The dead tiger in the vicinity seems to, or it may be Boyko, that is preventing anything from approaching your immediate vicinity. You don't see or hear much, but the hour passes, and it could be 2 hours, wouldn't it? And then Detritus wakes and takes over for the last watch. Detritus, perception check from you. This will be a straight roll because the sun is starting to come up now.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice.
He's feeling very refreshed today, Detritus is.
Yeah. I feel
doesn't
bad when you get a
Assassin's
natural
Creed
20 on a perception check for when nothing was going to happen. It feels like a bit of a waste. I feel like I should.
Just saying, we are on
something
a
for it.
cliff with a very good view of the area.
Yeah, and it's fair enough. I just try to see, rather than just sort of sitting and looking and listening, gets up and takes a bit of a wander to the cliff's edge.
Rides up to the cliff.
And it's
Cliff.
the sun's starting to come up, and to the south, you see just the faintest sight of movement through the trees. They're probably about half a day's travel to the south.
idea what it is, or is it just like the velociraptors?
It's too far. I mean, the
transport?
the fact that you've sort of seen the movement in itself is incredible.
Can I get a
At
sense
this
of
sort of
scale?
distance, being able to make any sort.
Like, is it? Do I think it's a
seems
small
like-
thing or a big thing? By detritus.
It's rather than being one big thing, it seems to be a large-ish group of smaller things.
Okay. I will notice it and then completely forget about it.
Good.
And everyone else, so Delilah comes out of her meditative state. Sarah wakes. Carl, roll me a d6.
Mm-hmm. 6. Is that
Nice.
good or bad?
Oh yeah, could be bad.
Casimir wakes in the morning and heads over to Brockville and sort of shakes his shoulder gently to rouse him from his sleep. And he doesn't move. You give him another shake. He's warm to the touch. You give him another shake. Yeah. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Whoa, I shouldn't have woken you, maybe. You're deep.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was very, very, very deep asleep. I was having the weirdest fucking dream. Well, thank you for waking me, to be honest.
What was it?
I don't even know.
Dreamt of blue jays and magpies.
It wasn't a gnome in the dress again, was it?
Sexy bitch.
I'm telling you, that dream is disgusting when you tell me.
They were there, but not doing what they normally do in the dream. It was very strange. They were like there, but as an NPC in the dream. It was like weird transplant cross stream dreaming. It was bizarre, honestly. I don't really want to think about it any longer. Can we keep going?
Oh, I just woke you so you can wake up. Just give yourself a minute without even just this minute. Just wake up.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming I'm getting tied to the back of the big guy again.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming you can't. You'd rather not walk.
We would be walking so slowly. They would catch us 100%, or
That's
the jungle would just consume us. It would grow us.
Well, Boyko, you having Brockville on you today. Is that okay? Good old Uncle Brockville.
Oh!
Good.
This is where Brockville becomes a warlock.
Yeah, he just he's fading into death. Boyko comes to him.
Great
and
old
makes him
one
an
patron.
Yeah.
Bring me souls. I will reward.
One urchin for their life.
And a carrot.
Is that what, Boyko? You want some grass? Hold on. Fucking get your own grass.
It's everywhere.
As camp is packing up, detritus is still stood right at the edge of the cliff, just staring at the sun with a frown.
Delilah has an intrusive thought to push you off, but she keeps it to herself.
She's like catching Sarah's eye, like, yeah, God.
No, I mean, she really
I
keeps
know
it
what
to
you're
herself.
thinking.
I hope Sarah doesn't like push him off. I'm lucky. Like so far, they've seemed to gotten together quite well.
Zara's not going to push him off.
I don't think that was the question. Unless
what
it
did
was,
you
in
say?
which
I
case,
thought.
Sarah's secretly a psychopath.
Well, you were talking about intrusive thoughts, and I obviously missed the bit
Yeah.
that you then said because you were like, "I don't think Sarah's going to push him off." Well, that's
Yeah,
what I
in
thought
my-
I heard.
In my mind, it's like the Fey influence to like make things happen. But Delilah's fighting that. If
No,
Sarah's
I mean-
also a psychopath, that would be very funny. But,
No,
like,
Sarah does sort of approach detritus on the edge of the cliff, and she
Back
does.
to
She,
mine. Do
she
it, do it,
just
do it.
stands next to him and watches the sun rising with detritus for a minute.
After
Turns to him for a moment. You can go first if you want.
after a while, she notices that detritus just slowly lifts up a middle finger at the sun. It just extends it out and then puts his arm back down.
Not a big fan of the sunshine, huh, big fella?
Too warm. Long day. Bastard.
It will
What is
will
it,
be a
like a
hot
vampire?
one, I think. I don't think so. I think he's just used to cooler climes than this.
Is he an ant?
Well, how was the night, everyone? Anything?
Well, I am
Report.
still alive, so
I wasn't asking you. You weren't doing watches. Fucking idiot.
I had this really weird dream.
I didn't really sleep very well. It was like I was hot and cold at the same time. I just couldn't get comfortable, and there were ants.
Everybody wanted
and-
some toast. I couldn't get
that night was fairly
Anyway.
uneventful.
I had the weirdest dream about Boyko.
Everyone did.
Was it Boyko this time? Wow. Maybe you're not
he
writing
was,
him today.
He was making me an offer. It was very, very strange.
Like where the dragon came and then Boyko kicked its head in.
He just wake up
Just
a
one
pile
one
of
shot
dead
at this black dragon with.
It was so quick, nobody woke up.
Detritus will
Then Tiamat was there, and
bow before
Also got the
Boyko.
head kicked in.
and then Boyko kicked each of the 5 heads in turn, and just yeah.
Called it
All in a
lump.
single
It
6
was
seconds.
the
It was
fucking
crazy.
weirdest dream.
Um,
And like I said, the gnome in the dress was just there, and it was weird.
Also got the
It's
head kicked
arousing.
in by Boyko.
Detritus, when Casimir asks, will point down at the trees and just go, "A tree was moving.
Tree was moving.
Many." Just holds up like 5.
10. More than 10. Does anybody understand mountain speak?
Well, given our situation, I think they are just
Pretty
searching
sure
for
he's
us.
speaking in common.
You sure? I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe he speaks a bit simple, but maybe
I think
should
the
make
snake
it easy
people are
for you to
slowly
understand.
trying to find us.
yeah. So just hoping
Yeah,
that
it just
somebody
winks at Sarah like I got
get
it.
more information out of it.
I think the
Okay,
snake
okay.
people are just coming. We need to move.
Okay, you say this many? More? Less?
He closes one eye and he like sizes up with his fingers how much space the movement was, and then holds it out to you. This many trees move.
Okay.
I'm
Can I make
not
him
sure that
hold
he
it out?
knows how
Can I
many.
make him hold it out again and I'll look?
You're gonna smush his face to the side. With your face.
Has and tries just cheek to cheek, staring down.
You're very warm.
Yes,
The back of Delilah's mind. Now kiss.
Just push them both off. Yeah, that should
Does it
work.
look like many?
If you can get your head where his was.
What does that give me? Like what do I get from that?
However many trees.
I mean,
like the size of the group, I guess.
it's like an inch, a half day's travel away.
Okay.
A lot.
So few. Quite a few.
Quite few.
It looks
roll me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
okay.
And we've got a long rest, right, Angus?
You have long rested. You are all now
That's a 3.
fully level 4. A 3. You do not know.
There was more than 3.
More than 3.
Tree.
Could be 10. Could be more than 10. Could be 100. You have no idea how many people are pursuing you.
Well, he said 10, so at least 10.
I didn't see 3. Only 3, not more than 3.
Wow.
The sense of now he's thinking maybe you're a bit stupid. First time in a while he's got to feel that he's the smart one.
It was like, oh, this guy.
To try. You're gonna be fun.
Right. Okay. Anything else? Just then.
Points at the
Nothing
sun.
else.
My watch is both
No
pretty
more.
quiet.
Just sun. Hot sun. I want to need somebody to be the person that talks to him. I can't figure it out well.
I volunteer. I clocked on to what he was saying a lot faster.
Okay.
I think I
translate
get what
anything
he says.
I ask you a question, and you find a way to get the information out of him from now on. Deal?
Okay.
Deal.
Okay. So what's the plan for today's day of travel?
Are we beelining it straight to the coast or straight to town?
Oh,
Are we?
Well, Brockville's
I
in
would
a bad state,
say-
isn't it? So.
I want to say we want to get out of the jungle.
Oakville's not looking great. Yeah. You've got at least another full day of travel.
Through the jungle.
Where were those centaurs?
Yeah, I think they might
Were
have
they
healing.
close?
Just before the jungle, right?
Yeah, the centaurs were before the
Say,
jungle,
like
and
this region.
I don't know how much Gunt sort of said about the centaurs, but I don't really know much about the centaurs. But
Yeah, and
never mind.
Casimir
You don't know
didn't
nothing.
speak with them, did they? Did he?
No.
Just
No.
didn't. He mentioned.
Here's a question,
He
Angus.
definitely
He
mentioned them.
didn't believe you. He didn't believe you that
Ah.
you spoke to a Clippity Club.
Clippity clop.
Here's a question for, in a way, Casimir, but for you, Angus. When the original crew were going into Cutler's Bay, did they see the coastline? And was there any like fishing villages or any reasons a boat might be on the shore of this like easternmost shoreline? If we can get to the water and get
Yeah,
a boat, we
there
can get our life fast.
would have been sort of some very, very small, like, fishermen's shacks, like,
Mhm.
just,
Okay.
rather than being settlements, individual fishermen that have sort of picked out their spot on that stretch of coastline, and they fish and they sail their catch into Cutler Bay to trade it.
I know where there's a boat.
Okay.
I know where there's a boat.
There's a
In the
boat
robe?
on the map.
No, I mean in
Exactly.
Gunt's robe.
There's-
Right?
Yeah, there's
Was
a 12-foot
There's a
rowboat.
boat. It's about
Okay,
here too.
so in theory, if we wanted to beeline it to the ocean, we can get to the town.
Yeah, the way I see it, let's just go northwest. Right,
Yeah, either way, it's
out of
getting
the
us
jungle.
closer.
Right now,
Fair enough.
out of the jungle, and then when we get out of the jungle, we can reassess.
Let's boogie.
Fair dude.
Like I said, it's going to be about another full day in the jungle, and then you would reach the exterior of the jungle, so when it starts to thin out to sort of forest, and then back to the grasslands, probably midway towards the end of the second day. So, who is leading this jungle expedition?
It's usually Casimir. Is everyone? No one's got disadvantage on stealth other than me, right?
I don't.
I don't have it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think you're correct.
No, yeah, just you.
Okay. Does
lead in the
Brogville
front.
have any armor? He doesn't.
No, he's down to his sort of like body layer,
Yeah.
bit of uniform. He does have his sort of outer coat with his crest on the back.
Tempted to give him the hide armor or put it on myself.
If you put it on him, it'll make him more defensible, and it's not like he's making the checks.
Yeah.
So
You
be
were
quiet.
better off you wearing it.
The hide armor.
Yeah,
Do you want my chainmail?
I'm strapped to the back of this guy.
Fair.
His fate is my fate.
Okay, well, I'm putting my chainmail on Boyko. Look after him.
Oh god, he's too powerful.
Yes, master.
I've got hide armor on. My armor class is shit now, but I'll be able to be more
So,
sneaky.
are we planning on moving sneakily and quietly through the jungle, or are you trying to move at pace? That may have an impact on how long it takes you to get out of the jungle.
Seeing as Brogville nearly didn't wake up this morning, I would have guessed we would want to be quick.
In fact, you'd have to change armor again, but we could double time it. Just make it as quick as possible.
That's
We might kick up
risky.
thing.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. We're too close still, I think.
Okay. So let's move quietly one more day and then double time it.
Yeah, I would. That's what I would do, I think. Because if we gain some distance, we can then pick up the pace once we're out of the cover of the woods, right?
Hmm.
And fucking, bash it then. But, like, while we still got the woods and we're still close, I think we should stay wary.
And just
Okay.
lead the way.
It makes sense in my head.
And
I
what about
think.
moving along the forest to the shore and then trying to get a boat? Because if we're out in the prairie, that dragon's going to spot us very easily.
Oh,
Yeah,
dragon.
maybe. Yeah, maybe if we go like westwards, then west northwest to the edge of the woods, and then see if we can follow the edge, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I like that plan.
So what pace have you settled on?
I think we'll keep it quiet for this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get stealth checks from everyone, please.
Oh yeah, I had a long rest. I should have pressed long rest.
How many hit
Um,
die do we get back on a long rest?
All of them.
Oh, cool.
So it's half of your
Half
hit
your
die,
main
wasn't it?
level. Also, level 4. I've not done that. Have I?
Wait, so is it what is it, half your level you get back in hit die?
Half your level rounded down, I think, yeah.
you recover half your level of your spent hit dice after a long rest.
Yeah, so level 4, you get 2 hit die at your at long rest.
Half your hit die, all of your HP points.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Let's say. Yeah, it makes you like if
Wow,
you had like a
stealthy.
bad day, basically, you need to spend a couple nights before you get your hit die back. It sort of makes the
All right,
next day
Casimir.
punishing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on. Just
Nice, good job, Sarah.
because I've not actually done my level up. I'm just gonna roll my health. Doesn't
Cool,
matter.
Colin. Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Plus your
So
8.
that's pretty good.
No, D10 plus your con.
Yeah, plus my con, and was the score increase? I don't. Here's the thing.
Or are you
I've
taking
not
a
actually
feat?
looked at my fucking feet stuff.
It's okay, just select it later.
And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unless I was gonna pump up something.
Oh, if you pump up,
job.
that's a nice, quick, easy decision.
What's your archetype? You Battlemaster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pump up the
But so, I think both of us need to talk to Angus during the week for a feat and or magic item.
I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break while Carl figures out his leveling up stuff and I can go and pee. And we will be back with you all in a couple of minutes. Michael, if you could pop us on to... We'll be right back.
Right back. Boop. Hello again.
Oh
We're
yeah,
back.
yeah.
We
Just
are
remembered.
all bladder drained and leveled up and where we need to be.
Yeah, the maneuver I wasn't using was commanding presence, which is charisma, intimidation, performance, or persuasion. You add superiority die to them. I can still use them. I've just not really had the chance to use much at all.
Okay. So we've I need a stealth check from you, please, Casimir.
Right. And it's not disadvantage.
And that's survival.
Keep checking it.
It could be a 19, like you rolled it, technically.
Angus can pick.
Survival again. Come on.
No, it was. So
I thought
20 stuff.
I thought Desmond was joking.
Nope.
Right, so we've got Sarah, we've got Detritus, we've got Delilah, we've got Casimir, and we've got the one remaining survivor. Across the board, pretty solid scores. Casimir's 5, and your boy with the scimitar rolled a 5, so it wasn't doing too great. So he's crashing through a little bit, but somehow with the magic of averages, you are moving largely silent through the jungle. And actually, I was going to call for a survival check from you anyway.
Oh yeah, there
as
you go.
well. So I'll take that 23.
Casimir does want
What were you
to,
gonna say
as
there?
we set off, do this inspiring leader speech.
Yes.
About how it's a new day.
So
We've
it's-
rested. We're fresh. Let's push on, kind of thing.
Gives the entire speech. from
Seven temporary hit points to everyone.
Nice. I like that you do this every day, so I don't have to fuck with my temp HP.
Okay. Just roll me a d20.
20. 14.
And you're heading in and just a straight westerly direction, or are you heading north?
west northwest, like. Yeah. On the map, I'm shooting for like this, right? Like.
Gotcha. Yeah.
that's
So
my-
you're not heading back the way you'd come.
No.
'Cause
What?
you'd come sort of south and then east, and you're just going straight direction to where you came in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose.
Are we beelining it to the ocean or to town?
I think you're beelining it straight to there.
Yeah. But do we want to use the cover as some forest from that possible dragon?
Yeah, I think.
So
I'm
we
just
should
thinking,
head
shoot
west.
for like what feels like the closest place out of the jungle, and then maybe move along the edge of the jungle.
Okay.
So I'm thinking.
As long as we get some protection from flying eyes.
Yeah, I think it'll
So
just be better
you-
to be on the edge because we'll know where we
Have the
are
option.
more. And, yeah.
And we all live happily ever after.
I guess would never do that to us.
Okay, so you start making your way in that northwesterly direction. You find yourself a pretty good path, and you are following sort of game trails that cut through the undergrowth. So you're not hampered too much by the actual jungle itself. With that pretty solid survival roll, 23 is nothing to sniff at, for sure. you spot a couple of potential dangers fairly early on. At one point, you spot that there's just this really dark boggy patch, and literally as soon as you're walking through, you step on the first sort of squelchy bit, and you're like, okay, and you start. Well, it's up to you. You can either head on through, or you can make your way around.
My experience of the jungle is don't touch things. So I'm gonna do that.
So you
I'm
start
gonna point
making
it out
your
as well.
way around this this boggy patch, and you start poking at the ground, and it takes you a little bit longer. You takes you off the route that you and the direction that you wanted to be walking in. But an hour or so later, you find yourself back on the rough track that you were heading through. And it's sort of getting towards dusk, and the light is starting to fade around you. You do spot ahead a familiar yellow flowered vine. It's significantly far. You picked up on it pretty at a pretty good distance.
We want to avoid those.
Yeah, we take a very wide berth.
Let's take a wide berth round. Yeah, let's
So
just
you
go to the right
start
somewhere.
continue your journey, staying given the yellow flowered vine a wide berth, and keeping a good eye out for others that might come into play, and you're able to avoid them, and it gets to the point where it's starting to get dark again, and you're thinking about where it is that you would want to pitch up for the night.
Are the trees getting more see-through up top? Are they getting younger? Is it feeling like we're nearing the edge?
Not yet, no. It still feels like it's quite dense jungle at this point.
Shall we look for a place to stay?
Yeah. Could push on through the night, but dangers and all that.
The only problem is, I believe you're the only person that can see. I'm not sure torches is the best course of action right now.
Yeah, that's a good call. Very well. Yeah, let's rest.
I guess we'll look for a place. The mountaintop.
That's you, detritus.
Can you ask him if he knows his way around and maybe he found a very good place last time.
Upon hearing that, detritus turns to Brogville. He wants to know if you know the place.
Can you
close
tell
enough
us
Detritus, do you know any good places to rest around here?
Angus, with my
A place secure like that.
my wonder skills and my proficiency in survival, am I able to, before the light dims too much, find somewhere suitable?
I would say, roll me a survival check.
Weird having the biggest guy as my scout.
I could summon Vade again.
That's true. That's true, actually.
Not that we need it though. Look at Detritus. He is the mountain.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You're watching Detritus as he's sort of moving through the jungle and sort of surveying the area. And so Brogville's tied to his back.
Oh no, he's on Boiko, yeah?
Oh, he's on Boiko, yeah, of
Okay.
course he is, sorry.
Yeah.
He's moving through the jungle, and he comes up to sort of what looks like just this wall of vines, just this rocky outcropping with these vines growing, just completely covering one side of it. And the Tritus sort of just moves closer to it, and he's moving along the vine wall, and he just reaches out and pushes his hand through the vines, and his arm disappears. He pushes the other arm in and separates the vines to reveal a cave behind.
It's
Wow.
cool here.
How does this thing find these places?
Learned skill, perhaps.
I think they just like in touch with the place somehow. You know, maybe when they have feet on the ground, they can feel things.
Turns out it was just
Yeah,
Boyko
maybe.
possessing him the whole time.
Every time I talk to a dwarf, he tells me to keep my feet on the ground, and I'm never sure if it's a threat or not.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll
Good job.
go in now.
Yes.
I'll go in
Sure.
first and make sure there's no beasties in there with my vision.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Is it
right
something you
behind.
can like laser beam them?
Yeah, just like Homelander.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Boop, 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 boop. Almost did a call and clicked on the wrong skill. 18.
18. Good. Cave is vacant. Yeah. It seems that this is a fairly large rock that has fallen at some point, and there's a number of a small rock on one side and a much larger rock on the other side. Still quite a large rock. And this massive rock has fallen across these to create just this cavern underneath. The ground sort of fills it up, so it sort of just comes down to a wedge at the other end, sort of the back of the cave. But the front has just over many years, nature and plant life has grown over the top of it, and that's what's caused these vines to dangle in front, obscuring the entrance. But it is vacant. There doesn't appear to be any evidence that. With an 18, you do notice that there is a very old circle of stones in the back.
Like a fairy circle of stones, or
No, more
Campfire.
like a fire pit
Campfire.
circle of stones. This cave has been frequented in the past, but judging by the fire pit and the fact that there's no evidence really of any charcoal or burnt matter in there now, would indicate that it's been a long time since there was a fire that had burnt in that circle.
okay.
But
By the way, I think you should get inspiration for the. This description is really nice too, but the tree one, I thought that was
Oh,
brilliant as like a place to rest.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the tree one is quite impressive.
So yeah, you've got your cave for your night's rest. There's room for everyone to lay down fairly comfortably in there.
I'll help Sarah tend to Brogville's wounds, just clean them as best we can.
She does, and when sort of Brogville drifts off to sleep, Sarah comes over and sort of sits with detritus, and she starts trying to see if he knows how to count and help him to. She wants to try and teach him things.
Very cute.
Okay. Brogville's doing okay then. From, not noticeably worse.
No. Well, roll me a medicine check.
Okay.
I like to assist.
Okay, roll me a medicine check with advantage, Carl.
Okay. 13.
13. The exact same roll, both doing buttons. Okay. Doesn't seem any better. He seems to have been very quiet the latter half of today's travel.
He
has, yeah. Brogville has. He's not complained of anything, but he's not really said much. And after you guys sort of settled into the cave, he fell asleep pretty quickly.
I'm gonna. Should we? We are in the cave. Should we put a little fire?
Yeah. Some warmth might
We're
help him.
concealed from directions. If we put the vines as well, we'll be concealed from light escaping for the most part. I imagine
Yeah.
only somebody that was right past the cave, the cave would see us. But not
We
from
should
afar.
still keep it small.
Yes.
Fire will either escape or choke us to death, so...
Yeah,
Either way.
I'll take time to make a small fire next to Brockville.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna make sure that he's covered and warm and I'm gonna tend to his resting place a bit. In fact, I'm just gonna give him my bedroll, and I'll just sleep open. I'll just use something, whatever I can find. Whether it's like a massive leaf or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to find here. I mean, you could probably go out of the cave and try and find some leaves and branches and shit
Just skin that fucking tiger.
Should have seen that tiger. You're gonna be under a nice slimy tiger skin right now.
I mean, just sleep on the dirt. It's probably like the softest thing here.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, he gets my bedroll. He gets a small fire next to it, just to keep him warm.
Good to try to get up and move away from the fire.
Can I ask a
Positions
favor?
himself as far away from the fire as he can.
Can I ask a favor of everybody? Whoever's watch it is, make sure the fire is not dying out, please.
Of course. We'll try to keep an eye
I'll
on.
put a small stack of wood next to the fire as well, just to
Trying to look at my stuff to see what might be able to help him, and I'm like, I have firearm proficiency. I could shoot him. That doesn't seem helpful. Right. Damn it.
Yeah.
If I was more divine and less arcane, I'd probably have something to help him. Yeah. Rely on old school.
Oh yeah, I guess I would have been sharing my rations with him too.
Yeah.
We should start hunting once we.
So that was okay, not gay.
I'm just laughing at Matt's comment. Would it be uncomfortable if you shot him in the head?
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
can I roll like a medicine check to see if there's anything I could do to help with the infection?
You cannot because you helped on Casimir's medicine check rather than rolling your own.
Was that not yesterday?
No, it was just then.
That was literally just that.
Just then I checked.
Right.
Also, I just
Okay.
noticed you did a performance instead of perception.
Oh, I did. do that. Okay.
Can
Oh,
detritus come and have a look at the wound?
It's a good roll anyway.
Sarah's there as
Yes.
well. And they
Um,
roll the medicine.
Sure. The DC increases as we're just going to spam roll the rolls. But sure.
Okay.
The tries this. I'm sure he's got. Some.
No, he's got a terrible medicine.
Okay.
But he lived alone for a long time,
Yes,
so he's
please.
probably had a fair share of wounds.
But if he's
Yeah.
got terrible medicine, then.
Yeah, but he this is more so trying to figure out what's wrong than necessarily how to fix it. Yeah.
Great.
He's
It's
just
like
trying to,
one week.
why is everyone
Wow.
crowding
Yeah,
around this guy? What's that smell?
this wound is fine.
He looks fine.
Sarah rolled quite well.
Week.
She rolled a natural 19.
Hey.
So she has a look at it and it's like, oh, brother, this is not good. This is not good at all. Do any of you have cure poison or disease? Is that the name of the spell?
It is, but
Detritus looks
Have
at his robe of various patches and holds out the one with the rowboat on it. Is this it?
No.
if we get to the ocean, we can give him a Viking funeral, I guess.
A look of
If we-
in his eyes.
Can I,
He has
does
an incredibly
anybody-
It's an incredibly stupid question. If we have the intent to eat Bogville, can I purify food and drink?
I reckon a Goliath could eat a human.
Yeah, we'll just let you take a little nibble.
One
Satisfied?
that I know that the some artificers use is the lesser restoration.
If only gun
That
Yeah.
might do it.
call
Cure one disease. This infection would count, I think.
Okay. Well, okay. So we need true resurrection to pick up the dwarf, and then he can cast. that spell.
Damn. He would
I'm
have been
not-
useful.
I'm not incredibly trained in that field. Cure basic elements, basically. Not quite a disease. I could catapult something at him.
Is
All
there
my
anything
solutions
we can
are
use in
very
this?
hard.
Hey man, the man that's with us. He's
Unnamed
still with us.
NPC.
Oh, unnamed scimitar wielding man. My name's Brandon. Not that any of you fuckers asked.
No, his name
Well-
is not Brandon. That's gonna fuck me up personally. Call him Yaboy. Call him your boy.
His name is Brian.
That's my brother's name. Call him Yaboy.
His name is not that. His name is Clifford.
Okay. If you went Chad, I was gonna punch you. That's my other brother.
He is
You have
not a
multiple
big
names.
red dog, however.
Clifford. Okay.
Clifford,
He's a
ya
human?
boy.
He is, yeah.
You can harvest
Like,
organs.
it's like a basic question for Casimir for anything. It's like, is he human? How do I treat him?
First thing he does, assess height, look at ears.
Yeah, basically. It's like this will tell me how to treat this person from now on. Okay, Clifford. What do you do? Who are you? What
Um, I'm a farmer.
farmer? Around these parts, yes.
Yeah,
Around,
just
Cutler
outside
Bay.
Cutler Bay. Yeah.
Okay. Have you done any healing before? Are you familiar with the local plants? Anything can help with?
No. When people got hurt, we took them to the priest, the cleric in town at the Temple of Pelor.
This is the problem. People rely on magic all the time. No one relies on the. Sorry.
I mean, it worked right up until he was dead.
Yes.
Yeah, the solution was fine. We just don't have that solution.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing I can think of is to try to carve out and cauterize the infection. If it's too deep, he might lose the ability to fight, but he might be alive still. Like best case scenario, it might cripple him.
Where is the infection?
It's hit
Everywhere.
everywhere potentially. The wound is in his sort of lower abdomen.
That's not a good spot.
So you're a professional diagnosis doctor. Angus, sorry.
It's right by the other stuff.
No, go for it.
While everyone's grouped around, realizing he isn't very good at medicine, but hearing Casimir mention magic, can Detritus use his magic awareness, please?
Magic awareness.
So any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
Yes, that happens to be a scroll of resurrection.
Hiding in this cave.
You know, of all the places in the jungle, this would be a place because there was.
So
Ancient cave, mysterious plants.
Yeah, maybe it was a cleric
Well,
that
maybe there's
stayed
like
at this
a
cave
plant
years
that's
ago.
got magical properties or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
We just rub it in the wound and see what happens. Just turns him into a lich.
Maybe the leaf square triangle was actually
Fuck.
Gun's healing square triangle. Leaf square triangle.
I also realised I picked up Dwarf's hammer. I probably should have picked up his awesome shield.
Oh, his hat.
Or the awesome hat. I just got a hammer that I don't need or want. But maybe we can throw it at some dwarves.
You picked up the useless item.
Yeah, of all the good items.
So you pick up the presence of the robe. You pick up the presence of Casimir's dwarven throwing hammer, or just throwing hammer.
Staring at it.
What else has people got?
Somewhat magical just by nature, but I don't.
Yeah, there is a faint glow, but you can't quite pick up a school of magic from Delilah. You do pick up, however, that the orb she's carrying from the temple is giving you a distinct magical presence with a vaguely transmutation school to it.
Okay.
The orb is pink, white, and blue. Okay.
We don't have the hat anymore because Gunt had the hat.
Annoyingly.
Nothing new in the cave.
Nothing new in the cave, no.
Okay. Delilah, you just get a tap on the shoulder.
Yeah?
Ooh, glowing.
Thank you.
Points at the orb. It
I don't know your
makes
magic sense.
things, other things.
Like transmutation magic? What do you mean other things?
One thing. Now this other.
Are you seeing things differently all of a
Love it.
sudden?
Maybe. What
It's like
do you
suddenly he starts
see?
thinking, "Why am I seeing this? Like, what's going on?"
What is different?
He points at her right in the face. And then at the hammer.
Okay.
And then he like lifts the entire robe up in front of him. And just starts turning
So-
around.
So magic things.
Very magical.
You can
It's-
see magic.
It's a little bit of like a detect magic thing, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Which is
Basically.
like a spell
What's
Delilah has, so
detect?
she's familiar with what it would look like.
Mhm.
What's detect? Magic, I get. Wood. Difficult. Oh, okay.
Not detect. Find and see
Fine.
magic things.
Okay. I wasn't aware you could cast find magic.
Me
yeah.
neither.
Delilah, you do notice in this conversation that at no point has he referred to that dagger that you'd stolen.
Yeah. But this does give Delilah enough of a hint to look over the magic items. Unless the dagger is a dagger of revivify or cure poison.
It's not. He didn't mention the dagger. It doesn't actually.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not. Yeah, you stab somebody and then ironically it brings them back to life.
It's like a pointy defibrillator.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Very twisted doctor. Made it. But you know, there is another magic item on her, and she's going to take time to identify the orb, try to get its
Okay.
ordeal.
I will send you the details of the orb during the week before next session.
It's a bomb.
Okay. Well, pointedly, Angus. I don't need to know what it does, but if it could help Brogville, I would need to know what it does. Because it's either that, it won't.
Doesn't
Okay.
do any healing things, no.
Okay, then after she kind of realizes whatever it does and that it won't help, she'll go back to both Sarah and Kaz, and Brogville if he's awake, I suppose. But
Just be poked by everyone.
like, basically, we could just try to risk it. But if he dies, then you know he dies.
If he
Yeah.
dies, he dies.
I try not to quote that
Brogville
directly.
says.
Um,
Accent and everything.
If I die, I die. It's fine.
the other option is risky, but we can try to burn out and carve out the infection. It might keep him alive, but I can't guarantee he would be.
I vote against that option.
Who are you?
I am Brockville.
You're Brogville, okay.
I still want
I
to
can't tell if
remember
he's
who I
good
am.
or not.
That sounds absolutely awful. Very, very high risk and painful. Mostly painful.
I think either option here is going to be high risk and painful.
Mhm.
It's up to these two, though. They know you the best.
I think it
Up
is
to
up to
him.
me.
Yeah, be fair. Right, it's up to all three of you then.
I think mostly up to me.
I love
Shut
that's
up, I
where your
stab him in
mind
the
goes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, we might be able to get back to town, wherever it is, but assuming it's even just a week out, I don't know if you won't you can hold on that long. Seems like you're already fading. I would much rather choose to be crippled than dead, is all I'm asking. All I'm saying.
Just saying, I told you all this in the temple. You've carried me for 2 days. I'm surprised I've lived this long, if I'm honest.
So you agree? We're doing the surgery.
Oh,
If you think you are going to die absolutely before you get back to town, then we have to go with the other option.
Delilah, send your bird and find someone to help. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay,
Maybe
it's worth a shot.
maybe the centaurs or something. I don't know. Can you write something for them?
If they
As long as
speak
it's not
common
snake
or
people.
Sylvan, maybe.
As long as it's not
Sure,
snake
I'll-
people.
I'll write down the situation, a location, and then whatever else I might have to put in there.
Maybe not the location. Maybe have the bird take them here
Okay.
instead.
And then I'll write on, if you agree, give some sort of visual sign, and then the bird will lead you back. Because I can look through
Yes.
the bird.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll write all this down in Common, Elvish, and Sylvan, on the off chance it's important.
I'll write it in Dwarvish next to it as well.
Okay.
Can I write it in giant? Just like
Sure. Okay, and then I'll tie all of that to like a normal looking bird. And then we'll send them out. If we do any traveling today, which we might not want to anyway, but if we do, Delilah will need somebody to lead her, because she'll be looking through the familiar all day.
She could just hop on the Tritus's back.
Boyko. Oh yeah, sure.
Sure, sure. She's probably lighter
Proper
than
Hodor
Boyko as well.
moment going on.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay.
Hodor.
So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll send Vade out with that long ass note, and
Just
then
trading behind
they'll
it.
fly around. Well, I mean, we could tie it up on his leg or something, or like a little backpack.
Like, like one of those airplanes with the banners.
Yeah. And then Delilah through the
So
familiar's
what
eyes.
we're
will look
writing,
around.
we have a man with an infected wound.
Yeah.
Please send help or he will die. The bird will take you where you need to go.
Do we want to offer a reward on the note?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
What have I got?
And whatever that amount is or reward is, we'll put that.
I
on the
will.
note too.
I will write down that I will reward 100 gold, or I don't know what else I can offer.
Or
Nothing
act
really.
of. It's not retribution. What's like to give something back?
Or a favor.
Restitution.
Restitution. Thank
Yeah.
you. 100 gold. or
Yeah,
act of
100
restitution.
gold or 100 gold's worth of a favor.
You also got like
This sort.
a semi-priceless ancient dwarven warhammer.
Well, I don't have that.
It's,
I thought
Yeah.
Detritus picked up as he
Yeah.
left, didn't he?
yeah, the only thing he picked up.
We're
Yeah,
like all
and
best
the robe.
offer.
But he likes the robe.
Okay. But
So
yeah, we'll send all
you
this shit
send
out.
your message out into the jungle, and settle down for your second night's rest on your escape. How are we doing watches on this one? Same as last night?
Sure.
Probably same. In case I die for whatever reason, and somebody does heal Brugville, take 100 gold off me.
Okay. If you die, we'll take your stuff.
It's gonna happen anyway.
Or will it? I'm still salty about that hat. Okay.
Okay, roll me a perception check, please, Delilah.
Perception. Bip.
Okay, 13, not bad. It's a relatively quiet watch for you, to be quite honest. The fire sort of crackling away in the back of the cave, and you've sort of positioned yourself sort of near the viney curtain so that you've got a little view out. At one point, sort of towards the middle to the latter part of your 4-hour watch, assuming you're doing the same thing again. You hear the sound of some movement outside, and you can hear it sort of approaching from like the behind where you are, in terms of if you sort of sat peering out of the curtain at that sort of angle. It's coming from this side, and it's 3 or 4 like mid-thigh height little dinosaurs, similar shape to the Deinonychus that you didn't fight, but you had described to you by the rest of the party as had killed Zero, but smaller than that. And they just pace through the area outside of the cave and make their way past. And it's really all that you have of note during that 4-hour period. The rest of it's pretty uneventful. And everyone else sleeps through and sleeps soundly. Casimir, are you coming up?
During that watch, if I could send Vade up like into the sky to look for things as well. Does he spot anything?
You sent Vlada off with your note.
Yeah. So like wherever he's going currently, can I tune into his senses to see what's up?
Probably not for keeping watch in your immediate vicinity if he's heading off in a direction.
I don't care about my vicinity. Whatever.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've not for very long, because obviously your mental link to him is only for a couple of 100 feet, isn't it?
Okay.
And beyond that, it would sort of drop.
Okay.
So that would have been sort of fairly early on in your watch. You would have been able to sort of see what's going on in the immediate vicinity. Casimir wakes for the second, third technical watch. And Delilah starts her 4-hour of meditation. Can I get a perception check from yourself as well, please, Casimir, with disadvantage?
Do better.
Oh.
It's 4. Would have been good, but it's 4.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
I will just stand guard.
And stand guard do you do?
Oh god, he's laughing.
What you do hear at one point during the night is the sound of what sounds like footsteps, but slow. And you've got yourself positioned in a fairly similar position to Delilah was, where you can see out through the vines without being revealed yourself, or so you believe. Actually, roll me a stealth check while we're here.
Stealth, not survival.
Stealth, yes, please.
It's a 6.
6, okay.
Sheathe my sword. Or unsheathe my sword.
So, what you end up seeing through the vines is someone walking slowly but walking, and you catch sight of them. There's a second, third, and you recognize the dirty emblem on one of the backs. A moment of recognition and realization. And that's the noise that you make because of your shitty 6 stealth roll. And it turns. And as it turns, you see the face of Lado and just this torn open chest cavity. And it sort of just looks through the vines, just like, ah. And the other two turn.
What are the other two?
You don't recognize them, but they're equally fairly dead looking. Both of them, all three of them have this, it's like their ribs have been ripped open, broken open, and like this like grotesque fruit bowl. You don't see a heart in any of the chest cavities.
Grotesque Football is the name of a new band.
I'm gonna
And
do.
that is where we're going to pick up next week.
I'm gonna end it with a wisdom save. See if he's 12.
Nice.
Do you think he even realizes what he's seeing, or does he think, "Holy shit, Lado"? With a 12.
Well, I would probably have gone less than a 10. That it would have just been like, ah. But yeah, with a 12, I think it's reasonable for Casimir to understand. Well, maybe not understand, but comprehend that this is not necessarily his friend.
Alright. So yeah, he shoots his sword, and as it comes into view, he's like, "What, Lado?" And then
that's at the point where like the other two, their heads sort of over at the direction of the cave.
We narrowly avoid using our one F-bomb this series by cutting it off at the last second. What the fuck?
So yeah, that's going to be the end of the session tonight, and we will pick that back up from there next week.
That's interesting.
One question: does it look like they were ritually killed? Because maybe the ritual zombies and the snake people.
I imagine it's the plants.
Yeah.
Possibility. Could be both.
Snake zombie plants.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is, you do remember from flying Flather into and around the temple the night before you did your incursion, that upstairs, Lado had been on that stone altar, his chest torn open, the blood pouring down. So this certainly appears to be whether a ritual zombie or a zombie just of the creatures who had been ritually sacrificed.
That mad guy at the temple is a necromancer.
Yeah. Well, that's low-key pretty good news, because, I mean, I'd much rather fight, like, an army of these guys that they sick on us than one adult black dragon.
Well, yeah.
It's not necessarily one or the other at the moment, but hopefully it is. And
Tell you what, I've
will
not fought
see.
undead in a while, so I'm kind of excited about that.
yeah. And I barely know this guy, so no trauma for me.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the session. I enjoyed this session. I had a lot of fun doing this. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for dropping in forcefully. Appreciate you coming in and chatting away. Forcefully is one of my guys from work. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, and we will catch you guys.
DD.
Yeah, that's. Thanks for sticking around for, like I said, the first episode of allegedly a D&D campaign.
Allegedly.
Sister to our allegedly a podcast and allegedly a band for these guys and allegedly all of the other things that we may allegedly do. But yeah, thanks for coming in, and we will see you next week to find out what happens with Zombie Lado, zombie unnamed NPCs.
Grr.
And we'll catch you then. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Allegedly alive.
Allegedly.